Some nights don't ask for your attention, they don't demand meaning, they don't arrive with answers, they simply happen. This was one of those nights. The day had passed without leaving a mark. No arguments, no celebrations, no moment worth retelling. And yet, when evening came, something felt heavier than usual. Not painful, just weighty, as if time itself had slowed down and decided to sit beside him. He turned off the main light and let the room fall into a softer glow. Outside, the city breathed quietly, a few windows still awake, a few cars passing like distant thoughts. He sat near the window, not looking for inspiration, not trying to understand anything. Just sitting. At 36, his life wasn't falling apart, and that was the strange part. There was nothing dramatic to point at. No single mistake, no obvious loss. From the outside, everything looked stable, responsible, acceptable, but inside, something had been quietly slipping away for a long time. Not breaking, not disappearing, just fading. He remembered a younger version of himself. Not ambitious, not fearless, just hopeful in small, honest ways. Back then, the future felt open, undefined, full of gentle possibilities. Now the future felt quiet in a way that made him uneasy, not frightening, just distant. He wasn't exhausted in his body. Sleep came easily enough, but the tiredness lived somewhere deeper, in the spaces between thoughts, in the way mornings arrived without urgency. Days blended together. Work, silence, repeat. He wasn't sad enough to cry. That almost felt worse, because sadness has shape. Sadness can be named. This feeling didn't have a name. It was the absence of feeling like he was moving toward anything. That night, rain began to fall. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to soften the edges of the world. He watched the droplets slide down the glass, one after another, each one disappearing before reaching the bottom. For the first time in a long while, he didn't reach for his phone, he didn't distract himself, he didn't scroll away the quiet, he let it stay, and in that stillness a thought surfaced. Not sudden, not powerful, just honest. "I'm still here." The words surprised him, not because they were profound, but because he hadn't said them in a long time. He thought about all the days he had moved through on autopilot, all the moments he had survived without marking them as victories. He had carried loneliness quietly, carried disappointment without explanation, carried the feeling of being unseen without asking to be noticed. And yet, he was still here. No one had applauded that. No one had acknowledged it, but it mattered. For so long, he believed strength meant progress, that if he wasn't moving forward, he was failing. But that night, something shifted. Strength, he realized, doesn't always look like action. Sometimes, strength looks like staying. Staying when nothing feels clear. Staying when motivation has gone quiet. Staying when you don't know what you're waiting for. He had mistaken silence for emptiness. But silence wasn't empty. It was space. Space to rest without explaining why. Space to breathe without fixing anything. Space to exist without earning it. The rain continued, steady and patient. He noticed his breathing slow, his shoulders soften. Nothing in his life had changed, but the way he was sitting inside it had. That night didn't give him answers. It didn't give him direction. It gave him permission. Permission to stop demanding clarity from himself. Permission to stop treating every quiet moment as a problem. When he finally went to bed, the room felt different. Not brighter, just kinder. The morning came like any other. The same streets, the same responsibilities, but something inside him moved more gently. He stopped asking why he felt behind, and started asking what would help him stay present today. Some days, the answer was rest.
Some days it was silence, some days it was simply getting through without judgment. Life didn't suddenly feel meaningful, but it stopped feeling hostile. And before the day pulled him back into its rhythm, he paused for a moment. And quietly, without ceremony, he acknowledged the truth. "I'm still here, and for now, that was enough."
Thank you for staying until the end of this story. If this quiet evening brought you even a small sense of calm, or reminded you that healing doesn't have to be loud, then you're not alone. Quiet Evenings is a space for stories that don't rush you, moments that feel safe enough to stay with, and reminders that sometimes simply being present is enough. If you'd like to spend more evenings like this together, you're warmly invited to subscribe to the channel. New stories arrive often, slowly, gently, and honestly. Until next time. Take care of yourself, and thank you for being here.